That's it.
Cool, ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm Peter Fahey, racehorse trainer. Cheltenham Festival, it means an awful lot to every trainer, and me, anyone in particular. It's a huge, huge atmosphere, and to have any horses going there with chances is a dream for anybody. Horses has always been my life. From a young age when I started off pony racing. My mother and father were actually running the pony racing at the time. Yeah, along our road here, it's all family. It's a lot of us built in the family farm. You know, see brothers next door, and then a nephew trains down at the end of the road. Yeah, that's brothers. Our house, sister-in-laws, sisters, brothers, sisters, nephews, brothers, all in the one road. They're all successful, and it all works out great for us. You know, I love my job. I wouldn't even call it a job. I enjoy it every day. Getting up and working with the horses is very, very good. I was an amateur jockey for a good few years, and with good success, and then I tipped on and I went to America, spent a year in America, came back home and set up breaking and pre-training thing. Was still riding at the time as well, and then our breaking and pre-training just got so busy that I gave up the riding and concentrated on that. When things went wrong back in, I think it was 2005 or 2006, I decided here, we lost an awful lot of young horses with the downturn and that, and I decided here I'd train a couple. All right, you can head on out there. Everyone's out, yeah? Where's Wacky, lads? The first good filly that I got was a filly called Shop DJ for an owner, Arthur Craig again. She took us to Cheltenham, she took us everywhere, and she ran credibly everywhere. She won, I think, 6 or 7 races for us, and that just got me the bug of training then. You can just get a cooler on him, Kevin, and throw it on him, and we bring him out figure grass after he's washed off. How's he, all right? You think so? You rolled already before you went to shave him done. Anyone that's looking to become a trainer, I think it is a tough position to be in. It's long hours, but the buzz you get out of winning is unbelievable. So if you're looking for a buzz, definitely it is hard work. It's not easy.
Peter Fahey, her trainer, was a bit unlucky earlier on in our second race with the big dog. Be hoping for better fortune here. Looks like Derek O'Connor is going to try and pence late on Gypsy Island. Yeah, Gypsy Island, she was bought out of the August sales. Myself and Joey Casey bought her between us, and she went on and she won her bumper first time out very impressively down in Ballinrobe. And afterwards then we were lucky enough to Mr. McManus bought her off us, and he left her with us. So her first run for us was a little bit average, I suppose. We could took it back. She was just probably a little bit too far over ground in a hurdle race, and she got beaten, and we decided then to go back to the bumper route. And she was unbeaten in all her bumpers then last year. When she came back, she was after doing things very well. She'd done a nice piece of work. Mark Walsh had rode her, and it was all systems go to run her in Punchestown. And initially then she just picked up a bit of an injury. So her scans, everything seems good. She's coming back fine. She's back in Martinstown at the moment. So fingers crossed we get her back for next season, and she's as well as she was before. We'll have great fun.
I think I'm right in saying that she was favourite for the Mares Novice at Cheltenham when she sustained the injury.
Yeah.
Do you think she's that good? I mean, is she of that level?
On the outside, Gypsy Island, here she comes. Gypsy Island and Derek O'Connor have quickly gone away. It is Gypsy Island out 5 lengths in front.
Oh, look, I think she's different gravy, to be honest. I could get a few more like her, but she's different gravy. Yeah. Like, she doesn't show you massively things at home, which is strange enough, but when you just bring her to the races, the way she won in Punchestown and Fairyhouse was unbelievable.
This is a mare going places. A clean sweeper bumper wins for Gypsy Island, trained by Peter Fahey, ridden by Derek O'Connor.
And she jumps hurdles very well, so yeah, if we can get her back at all, she should be very competitive at the top level.
You've obviously got some very supportive and some very good owners, but to have someone like JP McManus, to have a horse that good with an owner like that, how much can that mean to a career of a trainer?
You look, it's definitely, you'd be thrilled for him to have faith in you and give you a horse to train. We've been lucky enough all the time along. We've had young horses. We pre-train a few for Mr. McManus, and then for him to buy Gypsy Island and leave her with us. Yeah, look, it's a huge privilege. I'd say you ask any trainer, they'd love to have the big owners, and it just shows you they're putting a bit of faith in you, you know. There's, in this yard, there's 48, 45 here, and there's 21 or 2 up in another yard, just up the road. Just the young horses and horses starting back. The process of placing your horses, I suppose, is as young horses are coming along in the yard, you decide if you're going to start off in the pint route or go for bumpers. It depends on the pace they're showing you at home. If we have a nice forward horse, we do very well with our bumper horses and young horses, so Like if we have a nice forward horse, we'll always start him off in a bumper, and then target races is going on from there. If we have a horse that's a little bit immature and a big weak horse, you'd start him off in a Pint of Pint. It's actually Pint of Pint at the moment is very, very strong. The form of the horses, Pint of Pint, is nearly harder than on the track, but it's just an easier process, I suppose, to get them going. It's over a longer trip, and you just get them to find their feet a little bit easier. Well, look, you'd always be kind of looking at the calendars and picking out races in advance. You'd pick out a target you'd go for, and you'd work back from there for the nicer horses, and for the ordinary horses that you'd be tipping away with, the handicappers and that. It's more so you'd look for the races that suit. You'd aim them at the nice handicaps if they're an improving type, and if not, you'd look for the easiest targets you can go to. We travelled a good few over to England as well, like for bumpers and that last summer. It worked out very well for us. We sold some nice horses out of it, and it's just possible picking the target that suits your horse the best.
Ovia Pimpernel, though, travels strongly on the outside to make it 3 in line. Good jump there by Gardens of Babylon. Lads have a length in front. Racing inside the final 150 yards. Gardens of Babylon on the rail. Sylvia Pimpernel cheeky on the outside for Kevin Sexton, and goes on under hands and heels inside the final 50 yards. Sylvia Pimpernel.
This is Sylvia Pimpernel. His aim is to go for the Supreme Novices in Cheltenham, the first race. He's actually a very exciting horse to have in the yard, and we're looking forward to targeting Cheltenham and hopefully on to Punchestown with him. To have a winner at the Cheltenham Festival would be any trainer's dream. I think that everyone's season is centred around Cheltenham. It's a huge buzz. It's actually, and I get the same. You get the same buzz with a low-grade handicapper. It's the adrenaline. It's the winning part of it. Like no matter every trainer, I'd say the same. But here, initially, your goal is to win the big days. I'd give anything to win a Grade 1. You know what I mean? I'd give anything to. We'd knocked on the door a couple of times, but it's actually it'd be a dream come true to have one at the top level. But you do get a buzz out of the lesser ones as well. Yeah, if I could train any horse for the Cheltenham Festival, I think it's actually a pretty easy one. I'd love to have Intyre Trail. He's unbeaten, he's a gorgeous horse, and I'd say he's a horse for the future. No matter what he does this year, he's unbeaten so far. I think he's a horse that I'd love to have in the yard.
And the horse you're hoping will go for Ballymore, not the Supreme.
Definitely stay away from Sylvia Pimpernel, yeah.
As they head down to the final fence, Peregrine Run goes on from Jet in second. They're a long way clear to Fergie the Legend. At the last, Peregrine Run over and clear, but with less than 100 yards to race, Peregrine Run will complete a hat-trick, wins in good style.
This is Peregrine Run. His aim this year is the national. He's been a great servant to everyone in the yard and his owners in particular. He's won 16 races in total, so it'd be a dream come true if he could knock Tiger Roll off his pedestal. To get into the game, I suppose, is get experience in different yards, get experience, tip around, go to as many places as you could see, and learn your trade that way. And then hopefully you can build up a nice clientele of owners. Actually, go to most sales. We do pick up some horses out of horse and training sales, and then you'd always be kind of looking for a bit of value. You know, we'd have clients that we don't have the huge budgets to buy a ready-made good horse, so we're lucky enough we can pick out some cheaper horses, and hopefully they'll develop into a nice horse for us. An average day for us is basically we get up in the mornings aiming to be our head feed man. He comes in, he feeds the horses. We start then, first lot is pulls out about 7:15. The lads either ride 2 or 3 lots, depends on whether we're going to the Curragh. We have tea then at 9 o'clock. Come back then, and we go to the Curragh then on Tuesdays or Fridays, and that takes a good hour. Do you know what I mean? An hour and 20 minutes, and you're over and back. I'm lucky enough that where I'm training, that we're very close to the Curragh, the huge facilities over here. So we use the Curragh at least twice a week. We bring over horses, scooters, and gallopers. Today I'm just bringing over 2 horses that runs the weekend, just to give them a little bit of a pop. But it's a huge facility to have, and have it on our doorstep. We're very lucky. You come over here, let's say tomorrow at 12 o'clock, Willie'll put in 3 lorry loads.
Really?
Yeah, like it's on, everyone uses the Curragh. No matter how much facility you home, you have to bring them away. So that was 2 horses there schooling at the Curragh that run this week. Fingers crossed that they run big races for us. It's great to have the Curragh so close to us, and that's me finished up for the day. So we'll tip on home now. The horses will head back, they'll get a bit of wash down and go on the walker for half an hour, and that's the morning's work done.